So Jason Momoa has indeed confirmed that the Aquaman 2 shut down because of him and the beer bug. Oh, that is indeed true. And that despite the denials that we saw coming from the Warner Brothers camp, coming from actors and so many other shill outlets, you indeed have him in isolation. He's camped out at his home. He's isolating with a roommate. Basically, he is out of the game as far as that movie is concerned. Now, what's interesting is the level of damage control that we're seeing when it comes to Warner Brothers and Aquaman 2 right now, with very few shill outlets actually mentioning Aquaman 2. Those tests, they actually come back positive on the set of that, with most choosing instead to point away and engage another movie. Why? Because if you engage Aquaman 2, you have to admit that it's shut down, you have to admit that there are problems, and you get into some really bad conversations about injuries and on. To give you an idea about the level of damage control that you see in the media right now, you have videos like this coming up, showcasing Jason Momoa skateboarding. Now, aside from the obvious intent of saying, hey, this guy right here, he's doing okay in our $200 million movie. Yeah, that right there, it's not having any problems. It also says those injuries that people have been talking about, they can't be that bad, right? That's because Momoa, he brought them up. He connected those to Aquaman 2 as well. Yeah, you and I were going to talk about all of that and more. Fun times, huh? Fun times indeed. Oh man, so hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And as far as damage control is concerned, look at headlines like this. Remembering, this is from TMZ, by the way. TMZ, they would go after most things, but TMZ, they're not just a shill site for Warner Brothers. They are part of the Warner family. That's right. So when you see something like this, it should get the old noggin jogging and saying, why exactly does that headline exist at all? See, outside of the spin and the headlines, the reality to this situation, it's kind of dire. Why? Because Jason Momoa, he has already been out a week. If you look at when this headline broke, it broke October 27, 2021, and it was telling you that it is shutting down production. We are having real problems right here. We're talking about another week, probably added to this at minimum, too. Again, when you think about those costs added to other costs, other delays, all of the controversy that's going to cost you money as well. Yeah, everybody looks at this movie and they think this is a problem, a big problem. Nothing positive ever sticks as far as headlines are concerned. As far as damage control, I want you to remember something about this story. From what I understand from sources, it wasn't supposed to go out. You and I, we weren't supposed to learn about this, not out of a controlled environment. But then the Sun, they decided that they would leak this information. See, from what I understand from sources, certain people in Warner Brothers, they started to trust the Sun. They didn't think they would burn them. Why? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. After all, they had been sued by JD for standing with a certain nameless person. That nameless person is attached to the brand Aquaman 2. They wouldn't want to damage that, right? Yeah, how little they learn, huh? See, as far as Warner Brothers is concerned, the Sun reporting this about Jason Momoa, I mean, that's bad. You have him in 2 franchises that are operating in the media right now with Dune and Aquaman 2. But making this worse, they connect it to a specific franchise. They say that these test results, they came from Aquaman 2. They talk about hoping that this would be an isolated incident, implying there could be more problems with Aquaman 2. And then they talk about the delays, aka the shutdown to operations, how this is a headache for all the bosses on the set. Yeah, they said a lot here, a lot that Warner Brothers didn't want to get out, so of course they had to do damage control for an already damaged property. Now, the way that Warner and Shill Media, they handle this, it's actually quite duplicitous. Why? Because they blame another franchise outright, one that Jason Momoa, he doesn't blame. He says, I was at a premiere, but who knows exactly how I got this. But yeah, Shill Media and Warner Brothers, they point all of the fingers toward Dune. Why? Because they know that it can weather the controversy, and Aquaman 2, it can't. Quote, I got hit with the beer bug right after the premiere. There was a lot of people I met in England, so I got a lot of aloha from people, and who knows? So you see that statement there, and who knows? I don't really know where it came from. There were a lot of people around me, but again, you have the media, and you have Warner pointing fingers directly at that franchise. Either way, he continues, I'm doing fine. Thank you for your concerns and love, and yeah, I'm just camped out in my house. Now, like I was saying previously, the damage control, it goes much, much further, with items like this coming up in those same stories. Oh, look, Jason Momoa, he is isolating with a roommate. That roommate, they happen to be a pro skateboarder, and look at Jason Momoa out there on the half pipe. Oh man, he is absolutely doing fine. Now, if you think this isn't damage control, by the way, again, look at the outlet that's putting this together. Remember how they would normally cover stories like this, and also remember, they have done damage control for Warner Brothers in the past. They also did damage control for that nameless person, going as far as to put a redacted video out that basically made JD look like a bad guy, shifting the script, as it were. And they passed on some huge video recently, big stuff, because they didn't want something going out against Warner or that nameless person. Yeah, that's stuff because you get the old noggin jogging. See, in my opinion, all of this damage control, it isn't just about the immediate. It's about undoing some of the stuff that's come up over the last couple of weeks. Remember, Jason Momoa just 2 weeks ago confided in Ellen DeGeneres, saying, as far as the movie set is concerned with Aquaman 2, I've been having a lot of problems. Now, he blames it on age, by the way, saying, I got my eyes messed up. I got them cut. I'm going to have surgery on them. I have a hernia. I've got ribs out. I'm getting beat up here. Again, he's blaming that on getting old. The problem with all of that, though, is that you had other headlines that were running right at the same times. Headlines that were talking about Ruby Rose, workplace conditions, and injuries. And Warner Brothers, they thought that it was bad enough that they had to come out and make a statement. Why? Because it wasn't just something that was harmful. It was brand damaging. And well, let's just say that compared to Aquaman 2, Batwoman, it has been a cakewalk for Warner. I mean, really, every single week there is a headline about this movie. None of it is good. And you know what? There is a brand new thing I haven't even brought up here. One connected to that certain nameless person. Yeah, we'll save that for another day, though. But anyway, let me know what you think about all of this stuff. And as always, I appreciate the heck out of you. You make this stuff work, so thank you. I sincerely mean that, too. If you want to help out the channel, there are links in the description. We could always use your help. That definitely supports our endeavors. But you being here, that is the most support of all. So thank you. I appreciate that sincerely. And I'm going to end here with, again, a thank you, and we will see you soon.